not happy with it.
Mike Repulse not what now?
He is not happy with the Stallions fan base. I will say that.
Well, this is a great way to start this emergency live stream.
I mean, look at this. If y'all know, if everyone knows now, I mean, let's just get that one away. The new uniforms came in
Yes,
for everyone.
We will go ahead and rank the uniforms. We are going to do that later today.
Yeah.
We are going to do that later today. But, yeah, so today for this edition of the emergency stream of the UFL, we're going to cover two major things. First thing is we just got the rules. We got the rules. And after that, we're going to rank these new UFL uniforms, which is pretty much overdue, but hey, who cares? Besides, we're a month away. We gotta get the gravy train rolling as we go along.
Yeah.
We gotta get it going. I also have
1 month and 3 days. 1 month and 3 days.
A month and 3 days. I also have the Hornets and the Bulls like pregame on. First game that Diabate and Bridges are back to the starting lineup because of that fight.
Yeah.
What's funny is that Anthony in the group chat, he was like, "Yo, why are you fighting with SRG?" I'm like, "Man, I didn't do that."
I saw the highlights. I'm like, Duran came back. Jalen Duran came back just yesterday too. Lost to the Spurs, but hey, at least great team. On to the Thunder, so yeah. I'll see how that goes.
Honestly, I kind of felt like the same thing when we had that major win streak going, and it's like, you know what? If our win streak had to snap, it would rather be a great team like the Pistons. Yeah. But not in that fashion. Not with that.
I did not expect to be in that fashion. I was like, to me, I was kind of expecting that game to be like, the Hornets are actually like doing better. They've been so I kind of expected a bit of a trap game, even though Pistons did win. But yeah, that was not.
The Hornets did some. The Hornets did make the game a lot closer.
Yeah,
they did make the game closer. So that is that. I'm just setting. Yeah, here we go. Awesome. Alrighty, so if you're missing all of the UFL details in the description below, I have videos on the head coaching reviews and opinions. I did the first emergency live stream and the second emergency live stream. They are in the description below. So today, we have the third part of the UFL emergency stream. But first, SRG. Congrats to your Seahawks for winning their second Super Bowl. You might be flying high right now.
I am, but I think I was talking to Thomas the other day last week that I think us and maybe like a lot of people on social media pretty much kind of agree that Rams versus Seahawks was kind of more like the essential Super Bowl. Like, I know it's like, oh, well, like, you played against Super Bowl, you beat the Patriots, you got the revenge, which is fine. I'm happy about it and everything, but I think it was just kind of like, with the Rams game, it felt like everything was there. Everything was on the line. Like, this was the best team that we were going to face in the playoffs. And if it was either them, it would have been maybe the Bears. And after the Bears, maybe Philly, but that's just kind of a stretch for the NFC. And then for the AFC, maybe Houston with the defense, but that's about it.
Right. But yeah. But yeah, the Rams was definitely your guys' formidable opponent, and that was definitely like the playoff game of the year, in my opinion, because
it was so close. An amazing game. Yeah,
it was amazing. I will say that is the best playoff game that year.
And I think
great playoff games.
Yeah, and I will say this: that game definitely, like, I mean, that game and also the Week 16 game show that hey, Sam Dar. I think like the narrative from last year with the whole Sam Darnold losing the last two games of the season definitely wiped off.
Yeah,
Like,
wiped off.
like especially it's like, oh, Sam Darnold cannot beat the Rams. Sam Darnold cannot beat. Like, here's the thing: it's one playoff game from last year. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
a lot of people took it too much of a toll. Like acting like, oh, Sam Darnold's been in the playoffs for like the last like
that was his first
four or
playoff
five.
game.
Yeah, like, and the Minnesota Vikings offensive line compared to the Seahawks offensive line, major difference.
And besides that
Major
year, in
difference.
that year when Darnold was on the Vikings, they did not have Christian Darrisaw, which really hindered their offensive line.
Yeah. But yeah, at least with that, the narratives at least finally calmed down. I will say this: the Rams are a formidable foe. They are a great team. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that. They will be. The next year will be interesting for them because all three of those games from this season was basically like a fight in an alleyway in the dark at midnight type of deal.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
But yeah, so again, congratulations to your team winning Super Bowl 60. Now the pressure's on as the defending champions.
I mean, to me, for the most part, I feel overall fine how this offseason is gonna go. Like, even with if we lose some guys, I'm overall fine. I think I feel like John. I think for years now, John finally put it together, but I think it's also because Pete Carroll's officially been gone. We've been finally to make like these better moves over the last course of the years. Even with Pete Carroll's last 2 years in Seattle, like it started with this with the Russ trade, and then we drafted Charles Cross, Devin Witherspoon, JSN, Byron Murphy, so on and so forth, and especially this year's with free agency, DeMarcus Lawrence got a Super Bowl ring. And it was funny, the quote, "Oh, Dallas is my home, but I'm not gonna win here." So 1 year, 1 year. It took one season.
One season. One season is all you need.
Yeah.
All right, let's get to the gritty ditty, shall we? Let's freaking do this. All righty. So, if
Here we
you
go.
guys have missed it, I don't know if you guys can see it clearly or not. I try my best to try to zoom it in. Like, that's pretty much as much I can try to get. So, my apologies on that. But we will read this through. All right. So, starting around the top right here, standard game rules. The most notable one, though, 4-point field goals. Any successful field goal kick from 60 yards or further will be worth 4 points. Oh, man.
Here it is. Here it is. I think I'll kind of get more to this later when we get more further down the rules, but overall with the rules with that rule, I know some people are so far kind of like mix on it because it's like, oh, like why are we like making a more impact? Why we're making more points on field goals? But I mean, I honestly like it because at least it feels like because like thing with throughout the NFL, like we've seen like this past year with these 60+ yarders from Cam Little, Brandon Aubrey, I think even Jason Myers at one point in the season last year. Like you see these field goals, like they are again they're not that easy to kick. They're not like guaranteed. So I think with this rule, it feels like hey, like there's still an opportunity to get you in this game. And I think even with the UFL the last two seasons, we have seen it with like per se the 4th and 12, your 4th and 12 onside. Like it feels like it definitely guarantees. It feels like more, and it feels like it works in the entertainment value. Honestly, I like it, but if you don't like it, I see the other side view of things too.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Like with these, like with the 4-point field goal, it's like I'm kind of like stuck in the middle here. Like I'm not gonna go for it. I'm not gonna go against it with the 4-point field goal because like one side of the argument you're gonna say, oh, it's too gimmicky. But on the other side, but if you look at the other side of the argument, you can say, okay, if you make a longer field goal, you should get more points off of that.
Yeah.
Because it's like it's not only just 3 points. Like look at Cam Little, like he's been making this. It's like, dude, I just make a 70-yarder in the postseason. Should I be like 5 points or something?
Yeah. Because
Like,
it feels like it definitely awards it. You at least have some type of reward.
Yeah, it's like it feels more rewarding if you make longer field goal, like in this case for 60 yards. If you make 60 plus yards, like that's an accomplishment.
Yeah.
Especially if it's like record breaking. Like look at Jake Bates. Like in 2 years ago, he made his first field goal twice for 64, 63 yards. And that was his first kick since high school. Like that felt so rewarding for Bates.
Yeah. I mean, again, like, and this could work as well. Let's say the score is like 28-24, is like the team has a chance to make a comeback or not. Like, it does. I think maybe the other against is like it doesn't feel like there's not going to be much risk, I guess, because then it's like, now they could just rely on a field goal, than just being like, we have to make like a big touchdown drive to get to win this game now. But I mean, I see it as a way because then it puts a lot more pressure on the defense now, in a sense where you're like, hey, if this game goes down to a field goal, this is like you better lock down. You better lock up.
Yeah, my cat is calling his name.
Next one.
My cat's calling his name.
All right.
What up, cat? Yeah, it was like 4th down. It's like, okay, do you have a kicker that can kick that yard? Get kicked. Not only can you kick the distance, but can you also be accurate?
Yeah. But yeah, next rule.
So
we're going to college football now.
We're going college football rules. They're going to go from 2 feet to now you need 1 foot to call it a catch. Which I disagree with this rule because it's like if you're trying to get people into try to have one more shot in the NFL or get yourself a second chance, you got to have 2 feet. You can't stick with college. Your college days are done. You're going to try to get into the NFL. You're trying to get yourself another chance. You have to do 2 feet. I'm sorry. I'm against the 1 foot of bounds. Wait, they're saying it's like player safety. That's why they change it. But at the same time, I'm like, you're preparing for the NFL. You need to want to try to catch it with 2 feet.
Yeah. I honestly agree with it because again, it goes back to like the NFL thing. But I remember seeing like a promo this past week, like with all like 8 of the UFL head coaches, like kind of promoting the league, and they're like, and it's kind of they want to be like, we want to be like outside the norm. It's like, okay, I guess I will say it now. Now since it's right here, it feels like because it's like it reminds me, it's like we want to be like the XFL in 2001. Without trying to be the XFL in 2001. That's how the energy it feels like. They're like, hey, we want to go against like a bit of the norm in a sense. So it's just like, hey, let's do 1 foot inbounds, which again, it's like, hey, some of these players want to get back into the NFL or go into the NFL for the first time ever. And it's like, this is time to start, like, getting them adjusted, getting to learn. I don't really believe it's about player safety. I don't believe in this. I mean, it could be. Not saying it isn't, but it just feels very far-fetched in my eyes.
Right. And then the next one, talk about red zone penalties. They will institute the rule of half the distance to the goal for penalties committed in the red zone, which is around the same rule as it is in the NFL. Which I don't mind. It's a norm.
Yeah, but the next big rule.
But this is where along with the 4-point field goal, and then one rule we will get to later. This is where you're cooking entrees. Elimination of tush push. The league has eliminated the tush push in play of which after the quarterback takes a snap, he immediately drives forward as the offensive line surges and is assisted by additional players behind him who physically push him forward into the surging offensive line. Oh my gosh. This is where controversy is
Yeah.
going to step in. So buckle in because we're probably going to be here for a while. So,
Yeah.
you know what? Let's start with you. What is your take on this?
So I again back to the whole we want to be different from the NFL argument. I see why they're trying to ban the touch push in this instance because if we're looking at the NFL, the last how much has this play been? Like 3-4 years now? Like
Probably
estimated.
since 2022.
So since I guess since the Eagles Super Bowl run
Yes.
against the Chiefs the first time around. Okay. So I mean, when that play happened, everyone's like, "Oh my god, this is like innovative. This is awesome. Like this is something we could do." But now everyone like the last like 2 years now, it's been like, "No, we hate it. It's like too boring. It's like, oh, it's a play that's unstoppable." But no, this play is very stoppable. This play is very stoppable. We have seen it time and time throughout the last like couple years now that this play can be stopped. I think on one hand, I think it's gonna go. I'm gonna be like you with the 4 point field goal. I'm gonna be on the middle on this one. That I don't disagree with the idea of banning the tush push because it's like people probably see it's boring, it's too cheesy. I think they're probably thinking like the entertainment value on the line. They don't want to be like the NFL. But on the other hand, I think it's also I think it's also a bit ridiculous because again, it's a play you could use, and if you don't know how to stop it, then I feel like again that's on your defense. That's how I see it.
So I kind of have an opinion of tush push because I hated the tush push. Like this past NFL season made me hate the tush push even more. And it's not because for a couple reasons. One, because if you're only doing the tush push just to get 1 yard, and that's the only play you run, it's like, what other place can you do? Can you do
QB sneak.
another run play? Like, can you do another run play? Like run a running back up the middle or outside, or do like a quick pass, like to get a yard or two? Like it comes down to being versatile with your
Yeah.
play calling. So that is one of the reasons. The other reason where I am not happy with it is the officiating. Because the officials could not get it right. There were multiple games where the Eagles keep getting away with certain BS because the officials could not keep an eye on false starts. Because they were false starts. What I get it, like looking at the replays, obvious, but at the same time, you're looking at real time. You are looking at minuscule, so like microseconds. But at the same time, if you see like a player barely flinching, like you need to call that. But if it's a tush push, it's like, okay, so what's the difference of not calling a false start and a normal formation like a shotgun or a I formation versus a tush push? What was the difference of calling a false start here and there?
Yeah.
So that is where I'm like, I'm kind of happy with. It's like I'm on the side of banning the tush push. That's just my opinion. You can have all the opinions as you want. That like more opinions that we have, the better feedback that we can get from the world of football, especially from all fans alike that are for or against the tush push. But in my opinion, I'm against the tush push. So I think I agree with this rule here.
All right.
And now we have the other big rule: no punting inside the 50-yard line. Ooh. Well,
I had been giving much thought ever since they like kind of give the announcement of the rule.
Uh-huh.
Um, so on one hand, I think this is probably this is also probably to encourage. Maybe this is just to encourage more field goals to the six
Uh-huh.
to get 60 plus yarders. Um, but B, I think for the most part, I don't really mind this rule too much in an instance because let's look at this. They could just do is like this. Hey, all right, we're not gonna punt it, but we'll just be like, hey, we're gonna go for on fourth down, and they'll just like, hey, we're gonna take the delay game penalty, and we'll just make it push back enough to the to like past the 50. Like that's probably gonna be the way they do it, which. Now I feel like I'm not sure. This is a rule I could feel like it could bite them back in the butt
Uh-huh.
eventually, but right now I don't really mind this rule. I mean, this probably just encourages more field goals at 60 plus yarders, and I think eventually again people will just could just go take a delayed game penalty and push it back to 50 and just put it there. So
Is that why you think that? Is that one of the reasons why you think that you mentioned that the rule is gonna bite them in the butt?
yeah, because I feel like there's going to be to an extent where it's like, no, we're going to take a delayed game penalty. It's like, oh, we're still on like the 49-yard line. Just for example, like, oh, we're in the 49-yard line of rolling eggs. All right, we'll just take another one, and that'll be a 10-yard penalty. So it's like,
I see where you're going with that.
so
Okay.
I think it's going to get like very, it's just going to get very, because if they don't trust their kicker, they're like if they don't have a Jake Bates, they don't have a Brandon Aubrey, they don't have a Jason Myers, they're going to be like, yeah, we don't trust our kicker to make this field goal unless it's like last nuclear option. So it's just like might as well just like they're like we're gonna take the delay game penalty and it's gonna be annoying. I feel like it might just be annoying really quick.
Yeah, because for every rule, there's always a loophole.
Yeah.
There's always a loophole, and if you don't know how to make proper rules, then loopholes are going to happen. And then
And
you have to make rules of the loophole, which is going to create even more loopholes.
yeah. Because again, it doesn't show like it doesn't show that they'll get fined of any sorts if they do take delayed game penalties. So that's going to be the. I feel like that's just going to be the case.
Yeah. Another probably the one more major rule is the point after attempts.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
So now 1 point conversions are now typical NFL field goal attempts, which I will accept. I
Same
prefer
here.
that. I prefer that 1 point conversion, if I'm being honest. This is what we prefer.
Same here. I was saying like at least encourage again and back to the whole because I think like I don't mind the whole like gimmick of like the point after attempts like having like 2, 3, but I really think if you want kickers to be more accurate, you want kickers to have more reps. I feel like at least the extra point attempts could at least like
Yeah,
works right there.
of course. So now to go because the original 2 point conversion was at the 5 yard line. Now they're placing it at the two, like your typical 2 point conversion.
Which again, not opposed to it. I mean, it becomes more again. It'll be more of an incentive now to take a 2 point conversion if that's the option. And then now the 3 point conversion, which it was originally at the 10-yard line, is now going to be at the 8-yard line. So again, kind of you have more incentive to make a 3 point attempt if that's the case may be.
Yep. Which yeah, I'm okay with at the 8. At least they didn't make it like too closer. Like if it was at the 5, that would be like too close.
Yeah,
But I'm glad they kind of like make it like okay, we're just gonna make it closer, but not too close. We're gonna go from the
yeah,
10 to the 8, which is fine.
yeah.
Which is 5. Okay, interesting.
And the overtime rules, it's basically the same thing. Like
Basically the same thing.
there's which for people that don't know, it's you get to 3 attempts to score, and if it's still tied, then we're gonna go single rounds.
Right.
That's basically in a nutshell.
In a nutshell. And then for kickoff rules, as I'm reading this, so now the 10 players, the 10 players on the kickoff team will line up at the team's 45-yard line. Previously, it was at the 40-yard line. And a receiving team will stretch it from its 40-yard line to the 35-yard line. And now, like, if you try to kick a ball for a touchback, now the ball's going to be placed at the 40.
Oh, so basically we're going to the XFL kickoff rules, but they basically kind of made it more. They're basically making it more encouraging to make more returns now. That's basically it.
And if you kick it out of bounds, that's also at the 40.
Jesus.
So they really want to like encourage like kickoff returns. Oh yeah, going off track. The Bulls are winning 11-7, but I forgot this is Kobe White's like kind of revenge game.
Yeah, or homecoming game, because I mean, Jaden Ivey got traded to the Bulls as well during the trade deadline.
So they call him Sexton.
Yeah, and the Pistons gave Jaden Ivey love. Granted, he was not going to play that night because he got injured right beforehand. So, but it was just like it felt it was much love. They're like, hey, yeah, we like Jaden Ivey, but it's like the thing was he's not a bad player. It's just that he just kind of kept. He's kind of like similar to like Rashad Penny in a way. He just kind of kept getting a bit injured during key moments, and of course he's probably gonna ask for a big boy contract, and I don't think the Pistons were willing to do it. So I don't blame him to trade at all. But yeah.
Right. All right. Alrighty. I got the tier list ready.
Here.
Oh, this is going to be.
I mean,
fun.
I already know where a certain uniform is going to be at for me. Yeah. I mean, even though Mike says is going to look better on the field, apparently, but we shall see. We shall see.
We shall see indeed. All right, so I have 5 tiers. I have yes to the dress. That means they are elite. Upgrade, they are good uniforms, just not at the elite level. Meh, that means they're kind of relatively the same. I have downgrade, that means they could have done better. And then we have, of course, the worst of the worst, trash bags. We have the trash bags. All right, so we're going to go by alphabetical order, which coincidentally, SRG, we're going to start with your team. All right, let's all take a look at these unis. All right.
Yeah, let's. All right. Well, there we go. Thank you. Okay, so of course, before even the uniforms got revealed, Raypool sent us a sketch on how the home jerseys were going to look like this offseason, and everyone was kind of concerned. And honestly, I'll tell you this right now: all the uniforms, you've seen regular show, right?
Bits and pieces. I don't really follow that show a lot.
Okay,
but what about it?
So there's this scene in regular show, like in the early seasons. So basically, what happened? That Mordecai and Rigby bought themselves a board game. Essentially, it's D&D. Like that's basically it. Essentially, they bought like a D&D ripoff of a board game. They traded it out, and it was just like, oh, this game is terrible. So because that's probably because they don't know how to specifically play D&D in a nutshell. But they wanted to get a refund. And the store manager were like, no, I'm not going to give you a refund. So basically, their whole thing is like they're trying to convince customers to not get the game, right? So basically, there's this one scene where where it was like, and all the characters look the same. It's like all the characters look the same. It's like, no, there's multiple different characters. Like, see, and it's like a scene of like all the Pixie characters. Like the same Pixie character, but just in different costumes and different different types of like skins. And that's how I saw the UFL jerseys when I saw that sketch. I still believe it too right now. But anyways, so when I saw the sketch, I'm like, there's no way that's the uniforms. There's no way we're gonna have an old gold jersey. I thought Leopold was just trying to troll us, like per usual. But
And
but here
then
we
the
go.
news dropped.
So here it is. I'll start with the white jersey. Just get the good news out of the way first.
Yeah.
The white jerseys, they're not terrible by any means.
No,
like,
they're not. They're real. I do love the white. I do really like the white jerseys.
But at the same time, it's like it's the white jerseys. You can't really like fail too much on them because it like white your jerseys usually like do pretty well. Now the gold jerseys.
Yeah.
Here we go. I think so. Like I said, Repool mentioned that. Like, this is why I said earlier that Repool is not a fan of the Stallions fan base, because we made our voices heard, and he got a little bit upset. It's like, dude, I can't please the Stallions fan base. I try to do it. I'm like, dude. Like, if you look at the jerseys, but he's pretty much kind of saying that, well, when you see him on, it's just kind of like, hey, just trust the process. When you see him on the field, on game day, I guess that'll be in April. That'll be in mid-April. They're gonna look good. Then it is. I think first of all, the maroon helmet. It's not bad as it looked like in the very beginning.
Yeah, they look better.
It looked better than it was early on, and that was kind of been my skepticism. But I probably preferred more the gold helmet. But I mean the maroon helmet. It's growing on me. The gold jerseys though, I would have probably not mind the gold a pure gold jersey was kind of like treated like if this was the NFL with like the whole alternate jersey, like like this is gonna be like a one game thing, and I'm like, oh cool, yeah, all gold, I'm fine with that, but for being the home jersey, I do not know. I'm not sure if you would want to dress up for the next 5 games as that jersey. So for that, I do not want to put it in trash bags because I think the white jerseys at least make it up for it. So downgrade, I'll probably put it in downgrade.
I'm putting it because the only reason I personally think trash bags is because of the gold jerseys. Because this is the team that you're going to see at your home game. And white and gold are really not the good combination when you have a home and away jersey concept.
Yeah.
Because it's because the whole concept, because it's like, because usually you have a white jersey most of the time, and then you have something that is like contrasts of a color, more like a dark color. But if you're going with like light color and light color as your home and away, you have to do that right, and they completely botched it. At least at home, it looks better.
Yeah.
So you may say downgrade, but personally for me, they're trash bags.
I think the only thing I would have not mind the gold pants if it was maybe a maroon jersey. If it was a maroon red jersey, gold pants, I'm thinking like, all right, I could accept it. Maybe the helmet would have been like too much of it then. But I think it's like, all right, it's tolerable, and maybe that would have been like up in the meh category. But yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, next one. The Dallas Renegades.
Actually, again, we're going to, remember, there's Columbus now.
Oh, right.
Where is Columbus?
Forgot,
Columbus. So, yep. So we got to get used to the alphabet here. Know your ABCs, ladies and gentlemen. Know your ABCs. But
the Aviators.
Right off the bat, these are the best uniforms. They are the best uniforms.
Yeah, even though they may have slandered the Stallions on that certain Cars meme video, if people have seen that. Yeah. Did you see that video?
Is it the one when he was with Jackson Storm?
Yes.
Oh
yes.
My gosh.
But I cannot lie. When the Columbus Aviators got announced, and I kept thinking like, the uniform design is going to be neat. with the
Yeah.
color scheme they had, I'm like, it's going to be an elite uniform, and what do you know?
Like,
It
look at
is.
this. Like, look at this. So they're gold light blue. So they got the light blue helmet. And they went with the dark blue jersey and not with the Renegades route and also make it a light blue jersey. What they did with contrast, like with colors, it's perfect. That's exactly what I love to see from the Aviators. And they even put like a red outline of the numbers and they put light colored numbers on the dark blue jerseys.
You have
And then it's like,
Aviators for the
okay,
home,
yeah,
Columbus
and
on the road.
yeah, and like it's like okay, so what happens if they wear white jerseys? Okay, so if they wear white jerseys, then put dark numbers on it. You can do the same thing, put the red outline, but also put dark colors on the numbers so it can be
It pops
legible for
out.
the fans. And it pops out. They did such a fantastic job utilizing colors with this. All three colors: the light blue, the dark blue, and the red. Like
Yeah.
honestly, on like really, this is yes to the dress right there.
Yeah.
This
We
is
went from
yes to
trash
the dress
bags.
to yes to the dress. Cause it's that good. It's really good. Columbus Aviators are my favorite uniforms of this league. I'm dead serious.
Yeah.
They are my favorite. Well, there is a close second, which we will get to soon. But Aviators, you have won a place in my heart when it comes to uniforms.
Mm-hmm.
So
now is the Dallas Renegades this
now
time.
we go Dallas. Honestly, they look good.
Solid. They didn't really change much to the jersey with it. They kept pretty much like the same numbering from you see as years past. They went back to the bandit logo, which I do like. They no longer have the R in the Renegades. The blue, the light blue, red, and light blue stripe. I mean, it's fine. I felt like at least tries to stand out a bit more to try not to make it much as like the Columbus Aviators uniform since they have a similar color scheme.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the light blue really works on them more than with the gold on the Stallions. Maybe they could have gone maybe a different color for the top part and light blue pants, but otherwise, it's not as bad. It's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I do like there is improvement I saw from the home jerseys because it's like I felt like I could barely read the numbers in their away jerseys like for the past seasons, but they did utilize more of the black outline here, which I really appreciated so they can make it more legible. And also the black helmets. If you're talking about helmets, this is one of the best helmets. They have one of the best helmets of the league. So with that being said, where are you personally putting it?
I would personally go with actually upgrade. Honestly, mainly because of the helmet. That really is getting me. It's the helmet.
Yeah. No, to me, yeah. Personally, for me, I agree with you. It's not yes to the dress, but it is definitely an upgrade from what they were back then.
Yeah.
All right. My team.
Here,
All right. I mean, it's aesthetically, it's the same. Aesthetically, it's the
yeah.
same. Aesthetically, it's
The
the
only
same. They still kept the
thing-
thing. But the one thing that I was pissed.
I know what you're gonna go for.
Why did they remove the camo?
Yeah.
Why the camo? That
This
was
is-
one of the most distinctive features of this game.
Yeah, it
of the league.
felt like an army thing. It felt like this was the Defenders. Like, it felt like an army type thing. Like, okay, like, this is why I was kind of saying similar. Like, every jersey, every uniform kind of has basically the same type of, like, placement and font. Like, yeah, like, different font, same font, different design. And that's kind of what I just, and that's how I see it. And with the Defenders, it's like, it feels like it kind of lacks that, like, that uniqueness in some way. I mean, it just feels like, at least with the Defenders uniform, it felt like, yeah, this is like an army type of. It feels like an army type of feel. This felt
Like an
like,
army of defenders, literally.
yeah, and it just kind of takes away a bit of the uniqueness there. But overall, I don't think they're a bad jersey. I mean,
It's not
they
bad.
wore.
It's still aesthetically pleasing, like from the last year.
Yeah, I mean, I think the only thing I'm not a fan of is the DC on the road jerseys. I think that's probably something I will say. I'm not really a fan where it just says DC. It just kind of reminds me more like a basketball type
Uh,
uniform or the Atlanta Falcons where it just has the ATL. I would have preferred just maybe just Defenders again if this was the case. But yeah, Meh is the perfect spot.
yeah, to
It
me, they're
just
just meh. They're just meh.
like
If they kept the camo, then maybe upgrade. But because they did not kept the camo, it's meh.
yeah.
All right,
Now
who is next?
the
Is it
Houston Gamblers.
Who's it? Houston.
And
Let
this
me
has
pull it.
been a pretty much a divisive one I've seen so far on the actually no, not that one. The next team we'll get to. Not the Gamblers,
Yeah.
sorry, the next team.
You know what? I love the gamblers. I love the gambling motif. There's a lot
I
of details you can go through here. Like I love the black here,
mm,
and again the contrast, right? But there are a couple details that really make this just like a chef's kiss. One, look at the shoulder pad. It's a poker chip with the H's. And the H's are literally made with two spades on the top and bottom, which is a clever touch. Such a clever touch. And also, if you look at the pants legs, they're like, you have clubs, you got hearts, you got spades, like, and diamonds. That is how you make it so detailed oriented. And did SRG just crap the bed? Did he hold on? Well, we just lost someone. Yep, we just lost someone. Oh Lord. Oh goodness. Oh Lord. All right. Well, we'll see if you'll try to get back. Hold on just a bit. Let's see if he has if he was able to return. We'll give it a break. We'll give it a break for right now. We're just gonna stay here for a second, and we'll wait upon his arrival. But yeah, I really like this jersey a lot. Like if you guys have been with me on Twitter or X, like this is like my top three. This is on one of my top three uniforms. One of my top three studios. There we go.
there you
He's
go.
back.
Yeah, the
All right.
Wi-Fi.
So the Wi-Fi just took a dump on you.
Yeah, but back to the
But
Houston
as I
Unis.
was saying, yeah. So this jersey is just in case you didn't hear me, but it's detail oriented. You got the poker chip. The spades make the H here, and then you also got the pants with the diamonds, the clubs, the hearts, and the spade. It's such a detail oriented jersey.
Yeah, I think overall it's a pretty solid jersey, definitely for sure. I feel like they try to make it separate from like the old Gamblers uniforms of the past for sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only maybe it's just a minor nitpick is maybe like the black lettering on the Houston Gamblers uniforms with on the home jersey specifically, not the road jerseys. Because I feel like if you're gonna go with an all black jersey, I feel like you're at least try to make it more maybe like they should have done either like a different color, maybe like a red, maybe like an orange, maybe kind of have some semblance maybe to the old jerseys. But I mean overall pretty solid.
I think you can read because in my opinion, I think you can still read the jersey nicely, like at least the numbers nicely.
Yeah. But I guess it's just like maybe it's just like a different like maybe it's just like depends on the certain's point of view. It just probably overall
Yeah, I
I
think
think it's
it's
solid jersey.
yeah. My opinion, man. This is a yes to the dress jersey.
Mm. Uh,
I
uh,
think this is yes to the dress
yeah, I probably would be more leaning towards the upgrade, but you know I'm fine with it. I'm okay with this yes to the dress.
because it's so detail oriented. I think the black really did justice.
Yeah.
The black did justice.
I guess it does work
Okay.
since they're going to play at Shell Energy Stadium now too. So I think this definitely
I think,
helps out the
yeah.
rebrand.
So now we're at the jerseys that I'm kind of like up in the air. Just up in the air about. All right.
Orlando.
Louisville.
Wait, Louisville, yeah.
Louisville. So what do we think of these?
All right. I think like we've been saying with the logo, Orlando Guardians ripoff. Okay. That's let me. All right. All right. All right. Well, in all honesty, let's go with this. The pros, I do like the diamond the diamonds on the shoulder pads for sure.
Mhm.
I think they could have done a lot more with what they had, but it just feels like innately in some way it felt like it was going to be similar with the Orlando Guardians, especially with the color scheme, with the scheme fit.
Mhm.
The gray road jerseys. That that's probably for me to something to get used to than anything. I think
That is an odd. That's a choice to be made.
yeah, but then again, I can't really say much since being a Seahawks fan, and of course we had the rival jerseys being similar in that color scheme. I probably should not really say much with it, but I think they it's just like something that's like if the logo was going to be like that, I feel like they could have done a lot more if this was the case. That's how I see it.
Okay.
Oh, hold on. When we get to if we're going to tier grade a downgrade for the new teams, are we going to compare it to the teams that they replaced it with?
Probably not. I think that would have been unfair.
Hmm.
That would have been unfair.
Yeah, since this would be the Memphis Showboats team. That's why I was kind of wondering.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I gotcha. I see what you were getting at. Yeah. Um, I don't really have much to say. It's just like I just wish they'd done more with the helmet. If I'm being honest, I mean, I do like the dark green. I really think that really does do well. I mean, the neon green, but yeah, the gray jersey does feels a little bit different. It
Yeah.
does feel a bit different. I
Again,
will say that.
maybe when I see it on the field, probably it'll like probably it'll be hopefully better, but I'm gonna give this a downgrade.
Yeah.
I
I
got
was
I
I'm thinking either meh or downgrade, but I feel like they could have done more. So yeah, let's put them in downgrade.
because it's like it feels like I should not put them in the same tier as the defenders, but it's just kind of those ones that's like, yeah, all right. Now this one's the one that the next uniform we're gonna look at, Orlando's been a very divisive one as they've seen so far.
Alrighty, what do we think?
I thought when the logo happened, maybe they were gonna kind of go maybe similar what the Maulers did
Mm-hmm.
with the purple. I thought that was kind of leading to that potential. I thought it was going to be more of like a purple and orange type jersey, which I feel like that could work um, for the Storm. But the all black jersey, while you're going to play outdoors 5 times out of the, or I guess 5 times out of the year in spring football in Orlando, Florida. Mm,
That's a bold move, Chief.
yeah,
Enjoy that 80-degree weather.
yeah, and since like there's a difference between California heat and Florida heat, yeah, this is
It's a
gonna be
choice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess if I have to grade on the jersey themselves more than like in terms of like wearability, I I don't think they're the worst uniforms,
They're not the worst.
but I feel like they could have done a whole lot better. Giving me meh, I guess. It's just
Don't
straight middle. It's just I guess like a straight
feeling mad about it.
yeah.
We here at first, ladies and gents. We're feeling meh about it.
Now finally the St. Louis
St. Louis.
rumored maybe potentially rumored now that they could move to the St. Louis soccer stadium.
Oh
Apparently that's
well, you know what? Now you think about it, we're gonna end off the live stream with that because that is
yeah.
definitely a talk. But here is the Battlehawks. The helmet, I do not like. I do not like the helmet because
The logo on that helmet.
yeah, like the old one that I had that they have for like the past 3 seasons. I prefer that.
Yeah. It
I
just
prefer that.
feels like very I guess corporate, I guess you could kind of say. It feels like when you like
I think that's the way to put it. Yeah,
that's like you know
corporate.
when like there's like when a corporate like tries to go very oversimplify it just to
Uh-huh.
like make it like oh we're modern we're brand new. This just feels like that type of energy where it's just so corporate. Especially even the uniforms itself, it doesn't feel like even like it feels like it's a oh this is the St. Louis Battlehawks. This just feels this just feels so corporate. I don't know why. I'm not sure. I'm just thinking because of like the LA Rams with their current uniforms when they got introduced, but I don't know. I'm just so about it. Like maybe I'm gonna probably say it's a downgrade for me, but yeah. You want to voice your opinion? Go ahead.
I did not like how this says STL. I just wish they go with St. Louis, like ST then
Yeah,
Louis. Like I do
they
not like STL.
because they fit it on the last uniforms.
I will say to give credit, the arches. I do give credit with the design of the arch. I think that's like a nice little
Yeah,
city touch, and also I do like they do incorporate like the whole logo on the shoulder pads as well under the arch. I think that's a nice touch.
yeah.
But yeah, to me, I'm with you on that one. That one is a downgrade.
I think the all gray is not the worst, but it's also the
It's
font they use too, the numbering
aesthetically,
font.
yeah, the font is different, but aesthetically, when it comes to the Battlehawks, it's relatively the same.
Yeah, but I think in all, this just it's just a downgrade. It just feels too corporate. It just feels
Mhm.
like we want to try to be different from the past UFL, but they just kind of it's kind of like an Icarus type of deal where it's like you flew too close to the sun with this uniform.
Right. Alrighty. Before we go ahead and sign off, um, there is one more thing that something that could be a little bit of
An
a little bit
alarm
of
maybe.
concern, some kind of alarm, especially for Battlehawk fans. So
Is it the worst news? No, but
something to keep an eye on. So United Football Media, which he got it from KMOV, the local news channel from St. Louis, stated that the St. Louis Battlehawks potentially on the move to a 22,000 capacity Energizer Park from the 67,000 capacity dome at America Center they currently play at. Games at Energizer Park will presumably be sold out, considering the Battlehawks average 25K plus a game. So what? So here's what I'm thinking, right? If you're doing more than 25K players, then why move to a smaller stadium?
Yeah. I mean, I get from an ideal perspective, that's like the move you want to make because it's like cost. Yeah, I get. Okay, with Mike Reapel, I'm not opposed to soccer stadiums. I'm not opposed to
Me
it
neither.
because I mean, again, it's cost effect, it's cost saving, it definitely has its benefits. We saw with the defenders this like the last what 3 seasons in a row,
Hmm.
not including the COVID season.
Hmm.
Uh, so I get the benefit of it, but it's like we have shown the last 3 seasons that the Battlehawks have been pretty much like a very popular team. They have shown that they
Hmm.
were able to show up to their games in the old St. Louis Stadium. If it's like a St. Louis, like the stadium's old, I get it. You know, you're probably maybe that's kind of one reason to it because it's old. Maybe you don't want to pay for like a lot of renovations in the stadium, and I get why you want to move to maybe have some thought of moving to in Energizer Park. I get it, but it's just like I feel like that's like the wrong team to do it with. If you
Yeah.
were maybe like, let's say, the Birmingham Stallions, and they had a separate soccer stadium outside their own that fits like 22,000 people, then then I probably would have mind that idea. But since the Birmingham soccer team plays at Protective Stadium, it's it's like there's not really much of a place the Stallions play at other than maybe the the what's the other stadium called? Legion Field.
Legion Field, yes.
Yeah, but that's probably even much more worse situation than Protective.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I don't really see why that move besides maybe like just being cost saving. But I feel like that's again, I feel like that's gonna be a move that might just bite him in the butt later than than now. I think the dome is a fine place to
Hmm.
put it at. If there was no other like stadium that would work, then I would not be opposed to Energizer Park. But keep it in the dome. I mean, it works. There's
If it
no,
ain't broke, so fix it.
yeah, that's pretty much it. Like,
Hmm. So red black. Hey, how are you doing? What you missed? So you missed a lot. So there are rules updated, and we just got done with ranking the uniforms, and then we were actually rather do like a wrap, unless we have final thoughts on something else. Because we were wrapping up with the Battlehawks could be potentially
rumored.
moving to a different stadium as their home team. So that's what we just signed off. I know Red Black. He was a Brahma fan. I remember, but now
Mm.
I'm wondering. Okay, what is he going to be? And here comes RFK. Jesus is indeed Lord. But
Alright.
yeah, so what do you guys think? So like everybody, so like since everybody's now jumping in, like what are we all thinking about what are we thinking about the rule changes, the uniforms? Because here so this is what we did. This is our rankings for our uniforms. So yes to the dress,
So,
upgrade,
just saw my rival
downgrade.
high school win by 40 in our rivals gym. Oh,
Oh my gosh.
dear
Woo!
lord. Was that
Ooh.
basketball? Was that football?
Love
Just
that sounds like basketball to me.
move the Hawks to Lexington.
Move the Hawks to
More
Lexington.
to Kentucky
More
teams.
Kentucky teams. Red Black. He's saying Orlando unis are fine. The best sleeve decal. Let's hold on. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna check on that sleeve decal.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and check the sleeve decal. Give me a second. I gotta find the thing. There we go. Oh, this is bro. It's football. I do like the. All right. We're looking at the shoulder decal. So this is what he doing it. Yes, RFK says it was basketball. We are number 3 in the
Wow.
state. Then said it wasn't our rivals we beat, but they hosted.
Wow.
How are the Kings downgrade from nothing? Hey man, we just rent roll with it.
Yeah, I
It's
mean,
just
we could
another way of
just.
saying bad, but also
Yeah, I mean, they're not enough for like their trash bags, but it was just this was the next tier on the
yeah.
line.
So
So
we're going back to Orlando for Red Black. So yeah, I actually kind of do like the shoulder decal.
shoulder deep.
There's a lot more pop on the shoulders.
Yeah,
Like you see a lot more pop with the purple and the black, and then a lot of orange with the white. I do like the purple numbers on the white
yeah.
jerseys.
That one gives out a lot of Mahler's energy, but again, if you're gonna be in or those games in Orlando 5 times out of the year, that you better be ready to handle the heat.
You better get yourself some. You gotta get me some mobile fans. Like you're gonna get like the ones that you just hold by your hand and just.
Yeah. I would
I
probably
guess
personally
gonna
wear them
be.
for like night games. Honestly, maybe that's like the
Yeah,
best way. I would probably wear them for night games, or
I
at least
think
like
their
game.
home game. I think their first home game is at night because their week 1 game is at it's week 1 a night game against
I guess
Columbus
let me check the Guardians' home schedule. Then maybe it's like maybe it
Guardians.
won't. Yeah, or sorry, the Storms home schedule. Yeah, I'm so
Wrong
used
Orlando
to.
team, dumbass.
All right, trying to.
Right now, the Hornets are down by 1, but they just got to block a shot. But oh my gosh, Musa Diabate with the block, but he touched the ball when he was out of bounds. Diabate's been blocking a lot in this game.
All right, here we go. So the first game is a night game, so that is good.
Yeah, we're checking on that Red Black. He says that we only have night games almost entirely. I don't know though. That's what we're
Next
checking.
week 2 against Louisville Kings in Orlando. It's also a night game, so
So make
that's
that 2.
okay. So next one is versus St. Louis Battlehawks. Is also another night game. Is a 7
Oh
p.m.
my
Eastern
gosh.
time. So I think they did plan. Okay, so there probably are. This is the only one that's during the. I guess it's a late afternoon game, and that's a 4 p.m. Eastern time slot versus the Birmingham Stallions, Week 6.
Okay.
And then after that, you have Week 9 versus the DC Defenders, their last home game of the season, and it is a night game. So aside from the Stallions game, but even then, that is a late game slot. All right, this could work. All right. So it's not like they're just throwing them into the wolves, and just So at least they're not throwing them into the wolves. At least that's
These are not going to be
heat.
drenched in sweat.
Yeah, playoff time that will come soon out.
RFK's been on my butt about saying Louisville wrong because it's
Louisville.
It's Louisville.
Louisville.
It's Louisville, dumbass. but the thing about I could just go to the UFL website. I'm just gonna look up on the look at the schedule. The Defenders are playing games either in 2 time slots. We're either playing in early afternoon, so like 12 o'clock or 1:30. We have one game at 1:30, or a night game, which is mainly on Friday night.
I mean, for me, since I live more in the West Coast, so if I have to see a game that's 5 p.m. or later, then that's a night game to me. But I see 1 night game, 2 night games, 3 night games. So 3 night games, and the rest of them are kind of like late would be kind of like similar to like late afternoon or early afternoon to late afternoon games for the most part. After that,
yeah. Hold on, let's see here. Louisville
Louisville.
Kings
Why are you ready to watch defenders get their butts kicked in back-to-back
Lightning,
weeks?
yeah, Lightning,
9.
you ready? Watch, get your defenders get your ass kicked in back to back in weeks 9 to 10. Oh golly gee whiz!
SRG 5 p.m. is a night game is like a person calling for the crazy. I mean, again, live in the West Coast for the most part. That's how I see night games. It's gonna be a 5 p.m. game for me, but I know it's gonna be like an 8 p.m. for the Eastern side and 7 p.m. for Central. So.
There
So
is kind of one thing I kind of do want to talk about because I've been hearing just well, not like rumors, but I have been seeing pictures online. I'm on this, so I'm on. Come on, because apparently it's not responding.
Move to the east. Nah, I'm good, man. I'm good. But
Do
kind
you
of.
want to avoid that jet lag?
I'm also waiting for the San Diego team to show up for the UFL or at least a West Coast team.
outside of MetLife.
Which we'll see. I mean, I guess San Diego might not be the possibility since their soccer stadium is in Snapdragon, which is home of the SDSU Aztecs. So
Stadium.
yeah. I mean, maybe LA then. That's probably going to be the likely option since they have the LA Galaxy Stadium. So yeah.
Yeah. My mouse, for some reason, is delaying like crazy. Is it because I was trying to show something off of Ticketmaster?
Oh.
Because I was trying to see the thing, but apparently it decided to nah.
Yeah.
It just says nah. Here, let me try and. All right. For some reason, I cannot click on anything else right now. I have a circling ball of death.
Bring back the breakers.
Oh yeah, so you can keep on BTAing them. There we go. All right, there we go.
I mean, I do miss little bro. I do miss little bro.
All right, I guess all right, I had to pull up the picture because it could not connect. All right, you know what? That is fine. All right, let's look it up on Twitter. Louisville Kings.
But here's the thing: the only team that has the most wins against the Stallions is the Houston Gamblers. So.
At least there are two At least there were two USFL teams still in the making, technically.
I mean,
free win every season. I know there's people that I gotta find a picture. I have to find the picture. UFL home game. Come on, man. Where the Sam Hill is it? Brahmas came in second. We ended the streak. Dude, once week 5 hits between the Defenders and Stallions, oh my goodness. It's all right, who's the better UFL champion?
Yeah.
That's going to be a good game, though.
Which I'm kind of waiting till I'm hoping I haven't done my NFL season my UFL season predictions yet because just how based on how this offseason's been, I'm kind of waiting until maybe when we get closer to March when training camp is kind of settling down, when we kind of know the final, maybe kind of get the final rosters set. But I think I have an idea on at least maybe I have an idea who my 4 teams are going to be, but again, I'll wait till like at least the roster's like mostly finalized to see, because some even then some players are leaving too. Some players are like not gonna play this year, or some players have like NFL signed to NFL teams. So there's also that
Mm-hmm.
too.
Right. Maybe under likes. Let's see. Free people talk about underestimating and underrating the store massively. I mean, that's how it was for the defenders. Like people were underestimating the defenders, and then boom, 6-4, beat the Battlehawks and beat the Panthers in the playoffs and won the UFL championship. Like there you go.
That
Like
week
that's
one
just
game,
how you
man.
do.
That week one game.
RFK refuses to speak the likes of that game.
4 teams: Stal, Hawks, other team not from DC, and a team who doesn't defend.
Championship style 67, Hawks 3.
We've been
We
waiting
sold
for
the-
the Hawks Stallions championship. We're still waiting on that.
We stole the Battlehawks coach and got Corbin from the Brahmas. We have a shot. I think they actually released Corbin. I believe they got released Corbin.
Again, everyone just wait till the final rosters are, or at least the final rosters are going to be finalized, because, again, not everyone is guaranteed to be in it. So this is...
Heck, freaking, they released, heck, the defenders got, well, for now, they still have rights to DeAndre Baker, but they technically released him and Bradley Moore. So anything can freaking happen.
So,
But
yeah.
man, the Louisville Kings got a freaking steal in their free agency. They got a steal. You know who these bastards pick up?
I think they were
this.
very lucky with their with that pickup.
Freaking Lucky Jackson. Man. I'm jealous, but I hope the Kings treat this guy really well, man.
Hopefully he makes the final cut.
I hope he makes the final cut. I love Lucky Jackson back in his XFL days.
Yeah.
Kings are still Birmingham copycats. When Philip Rivers joining the UFL, man, he actually still got to coach his high school.
Yeah.
And plus he needs to form a team football offense with his kids.
Oh yeah, Gunnar Rivers. He accepted the NC State, so we are gonna potentially see another Rivers in the NFL. Who knows?
Oh my goodness, that is great.
Feature Colt Gunnar Rivers. Feature Colt Gunnar Rivers.
Gunnar Rivers. Man, Miami of Ohio is 28-0. Oh my gosh. They need 3 more wins for a perfect regular season. That's insane. He will team up with 12 kids in Indy. Stat QB death. There's Trevor getting 9 with his opportunity. UFL. The goal is to get guys into the NFL. Also UFL. Change all the rules that make them nothing like the NFL, including the catch rule and eliminating punting, even though most guys in this league will make it on special teams. Yeah.
I mean,
What's that?
I would say the last UFL standout we had was Harrison Mevis this year. So, signed midseason to the LA Rams, sadly. And, of course, he lost back-to-back conference championship games. So, yeah.
The Titans are going to reveal their new uniforms or potentially their new logo in March 12, 2026.
because they have rivals jerseys this year. They're gonna
That's
have
right, they
rivals
do.
jerseys.
That's
Same
right,
thing
the
with the
NFC
I
South.
think the AFC South and NFC North this year.
That's right, I believe so. How Phillips White just said, "Okay, that's it. I'm getting my tubes tied." No, the bigger question is how Philip Rivers, how did he not improve his pullout game?
I
How
don't
did
know,
he not
man.
improve his pullout game?
Hey, he pulled out the Bills head coaching job, so that's there you go. But
Let's see.
we are again. We are. I cannot wait for the UFL season. This is going to be one of the most interesting seasons. This will make. I'm not, every year it's always like, will this or make or break the league? I honestly not sure this year. It seems like Repo at least has like a plan. It feels like that's pretty. I wouldn't say set, but it feels
Uh-huh.
like there's more like stability, I guess, than compare with what we saw with The Rock the last like few seasons under his reign, or I guess Danny Garcia and The Rock. I mean, they're still involved in some way, but yeah,
Yeah. So it's like I don't know. A lot of stuff in the UFL is just it's gonna be fun.
yeah.
I'm still trying to find this stupid picture about the thing. Oh, another thing, Rondale Moore.
Oh yeah, man.
That was
R.I.P.
so unexpected.
Yeah. At
That was
first, when I
that was
saw the tweet, I thought it was gonna be a hoax. I'm like, no. But then after that, no, it got confirmed. I'm like, damn.
yeah. So, okay, here's one of the. All right, so here's one of the pictures. Okay, so on Ticketmaster, right?
Mm-hmm.
Rocky Mountain Oysters. I am not have Rocky Mountain Oysters. Yeah, you know what? You know what? Yes, Red Block, you're absolutely right. Let's go ahead and let's take a moment of silence for him. Mental health matters, kids.
Mm-hmm.
Mental health matters
Yeah.
because that just came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I checked it like 2 nights ago. I was like, wait, what the heck? He's
Yeah.
dead?
I mean, he's
Like
been dealing with injury, I guess, for some time, and I guess it's probably
he tore his ACL in beginning of preseason as he was doing punt returns. So
yeah.
mental health matters. So definitely call the hotline if you need. Definitely call the hotline if you're having major trouble, please.
Yeah.
So
All right. So what's the?
all right, so this is what we have for Louisville Kings home game. This is the home side.
What? Huh?
Almost sold out on the home
Oh.
side.
Oh. I
Yes,
thought it
it's the
was like.
smallest stadium. Yes, it's the smallest stadium, but this is a nice start to see. It's a nice start to see. So, I think he also posted a picture on the away side. Okay, so this here is this one here,
Louisville.
Louisville. So this here is Louisville's away side. So this is their away side.
Still needs seats to fill up, but
Still
still
needs seats to
pretty
fill up, but it's still looking pretty
not
solid.
bad. Yeah.
That's at least about 10,000, I think. Jesus is Lord and God bless. Hope you have yourself a good night,
All right.
RFK. But yeah, so like Um, I appreciate Louisville, like the local news team, like getting more local coverage with the team because a lot of them showed up in their fan meetup,
Fan events. Yeah.
their fan event. Like Louisville, really, they showed up. They completely
Yeah.
showed up, and that was like very promising.
Like, you know, it's kind of like, especially as like a brand new team with a league that's kind of been in question for, that's been in question for like, in terms of stability, in terms of like, hey, is this league going to stay within the next like few years, or is this going to be like kind of like the AF where it's like, oh, when will this league fold? I guess that's kind of
Pretty
that
much,
thing.
like this is a do or die year for the UFL.
Yeah. So I mean, for as much the Stallions fan base gives a bit dirt on the Louisville Kings, I honestly do respect at least that there are fans. There are at least the least I think what's better that they are actually getting marketed like in the local area. It's not just like oh, just please come to our games, even though we practice in uh,
Yeah.
Dallas every week.
Mm-hmm.
So as much as it is, I think the UFL, despite maybe some decisions overall, I think the UFL's looks like it's heading into the better direction than it has for maybe the last few years in spring football itself.
Right.
Yeah.
So, so what do you have coming out? Like,
Uh,
what do you have something planned?
I think right now I'm just kind of waiting out till the UFL season starts.
Mm-hmm.
So probably we'll plan out some skits by then. Maybe eventually I'll do my schedule predictions for all 8 teams, kind of who I see for who will make the playoffs this year and everything. Even though it's going to be very random because
Yeah.
I mean it's weird. It's weird. You just don't know because there's new coaches, new set of players. It's I think the only team I right now seen that maybe is kind of like a playoff, one of my playoff teams this year is well the Defenders, but
We shall
but
wait and see.
overall we shall wait and see because it's like even then now it's no longer even divisions two.
They
Every
get top four.
top four, all 8 teams in the same standings.
Yep, you got to make it to the top four.
Yeah,
So pretty much, yeah, same here. So it's like I don't really have a lot of time to make videos because you know me, I'm a teacher. I'm gonna be busy, and there's also gonna be days where I'm just gonna like want to decompress. So hopefully, I'm not gonna be like streaming as much games as I've been before. But
yeah,
I want to at least like stream like the first week of the UFL. That's what I'm hoping
probably
to
the same
do.
here. I definitely will if I have the opportunity to stream the week one game, the debut of the new UFL with Stallions versus Louisville, March 27th on Fox. So mark that down. Stallions
Mark
are going to
that
win that
down.
game. Stallions are going to win that game for sure.
I think the team with the horse is gonna win.
Yeah. Mike Ripple, hey, Mike likes to bet on his horses, man. Like,
Yeah, he likes his horses.
yeah. So we'll see, but mark it down, everybody. March 27th, or yeah, 27th, right?
March 27th.
March 27th.
I'm
Stallions
still mad
destroy
about the
the Kings.
UFL championship.
It was funny last year that I made the whole joke is like watching it a 25-point deficit in this game with the Defenders, and then it happened in 1/2.
It's great. It is great. But yeah, like I still felt bad for the Brahma fans back then. That was did not expect the shutout that at that time.
Yeah. And then the Panthers fan, man, that the last year and that's just like an insult to injury. It's like getting beat up, and then after that, it's like you go to your
I know
house
what
and
you
your
meant. Red
wife
flag.
just tells you, "Hey, we're gonna get a divorce." Like that's the equivalent to this. It's like you get jumped on the street for no reason, and then it's like, all right, well, at least hopefully this day couldn't get any worse. And that's pretty much what happened.
Alrighty, so we're a month and 3 days. So
All
let's
right.
continue waiting. We got the free agency is coming up in the NFL. This weekend
Oh
is
yeah.
the NFL Combine.
Mm-hmm. Kirk Cousins expect to get
So
released too. When
yeah,
the league
I
season
heard about that.
starts.
So Jokic will gonna enjoy Stallions versus Kings. That will be his type of game.
I will hopefully try to stream that game and maybe all the other
I
UFL
hope
Week One
so
games like I did
too.
last year.
I hope so too, but we just gotta wait and see.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much for joining on this emergency stream, and we will hopefully see you guys at the end of March. Have a good night,
Uh,
everybody.
have a good night.